Hi everyone, my name is Minh Ho from Remax Alliance. I am a commercial and business broker in a local Tampa Bay area. And earlier we just recorded this live webinar with Mike Green, who is an environmental engineer. And I know this subject is not always as sexy and as attractive. And that's the reason why I was so passionate and compelled to have this webinar because it's going to help so many people understand a phase one and a phase two. And I know that when you Google these videos, it's not always the most like interesting because when I was trying to figure out what the heck is a phase one? What is a phase two? And it's always someone standing outside in the land somewhere and like, it's just they go into it, but for me I just found it pretty boring. So anyways, lucky for you, I'm able to put this video together and hopefully that would make it interesting for you and you would like to know more. So what is a phase one environmental, right? A phase one environmental is a historic report of all the prior use of the property. Okay, so it actually goes all the way back into the 1800s. I know, isn't that crazy? And why would someone need a phase one? Now, typically a buyer normally gets a phase one environmental, or if someone is planning to build on a land, right? Because the reason why you're doing that because you want to make sure there is no soil contamination that is going to cause any health hazard. Okay, so that's the reason why someone would need to get a environmental report. Now, what happens in environmental in a phase one is the engineer will come out, meet the owner or the property manager, whoever knows about the property, and he'll walk the particular property. And sometimes it could be a gas station or auto mechanic shop or a dry cleaner, and he's looking for all the red flags to see if there are any leaks somewhere, and the waste, how this particular tenant or the person occupying the space takes care of the waste, right? So normally, I'll give you an example of a property that one of my clients just purchased was an auto mechanic shop, and it was a lift there, a air compressor, things like that, and also waste in the back. Now, the good thing for my client is that this particular tenant took really good care of the property. They did everything that they were supposed to do. Now, the historic reports show that it used to be a gas station there, and because of that, yeah, some people could see as a red flag. But the good thing was that all the stuff that needed to be done, the remediation was completed. Okay, and this is where the phase one will come. I will also use this example because it will help you understand it a little more. So from the phase one, when the engineer noticed there's some type of contamination, he would take pictures of it and put in a report and let the buyer, whoever the client is, know what to look out for. Now, when he tells you this, then normally when that happens, a phase two will be recommended and suggested. Okay, so with this situation where the report came up and with his eyes, he noticed that it's de minimis. So that means it's no healthful harm. It's not going to be hazard and harmful to the health. So because of that, he didn't need a phase two. Okay, now a phase two will come in handy later on if he plans to build anything else. Now, going back to this particular property, is that they found out the report, right? That the phase two was required because it used to be a gas station. So there were, oil tanks that was under the ground, and what they did, they just covered it up. But the soil was remediated, and when they found the contamination, what they did was, dig up the soil, and they just burned the soil and put it back in. I know, super interesting. So that's why, I was just so compelled to create this video and have the webinar because sometimes people would feel, oh my gosh, contaminated, what do I do, right? And that's the process of it. Now, the process of the phase two is it's part of in a phase two, they would do a soil sampling, and they will come out, sample the soil, they bring it back to the lab, and they test it and to see what type of contamination is involved with the soil, and that will, determine, other parts of it if a phase three is recommended or not. Now, in this case, right, if the property that my client bought, a phase three was not necessary because they took care of it in a phase two, and they also had the certificate saying that is remediated, and they have a certificate that everything was completed and everything was satisfied. So that was considered satisfied and with no condition. Okay. So that's a phase one and a phase two. Now, phase one typically, it would take about 10 to 15 business days to come back, and that costs around $1,500 to $3,000, depending on, I guess, the property. And a phase two can run you somewhere between $4,000 to $10,000 because of the work necessary, because they have to come out, drill the soil, and then go back and sample the soil. Okay, so that's why the phase two costs so much money. Yes, of course, it costs money, but when you're buying an investment, these things is something that you are going to need to do. Okay, so I hope this video helps you understand a little more what a phase one and a phase two environmental is and what it consists of and the prices of that. If you want more information, I have the link, the full link of the video in the description below, so you can watch the whole video, and I promise you, you'll be so happy that you watched the video. It's very informative. It's not going to be boring, and he goes straight into the details of it so anyone can understand what an environmental is. All right, so I hope this helped. If you like what you hear, you want more information about commercial property, click and subscribe, and I will be posting more information, more videos about commercial property, commercial leasing, things in that nature, what to look out for, the difference between different type of commercial properties, industrial properties, retail properties, what is the cap rate, what is the ROI, things in that nature, things that will help you along the way. So if you're looking to purchase a commercial property, looking to sell your commercial property or a business, I do offer evaluations and consultations. So my information is also in the link description below. So if you want to contact me for more information, I'll be happy to speak to you. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Minh Ho from Remax Alliance, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.